So we can only show one unit. Oh, we're using the other one. Okay, right. This is the Godox RS60R Lite kit plus the DL5 Lite beam booster. Quick rims, accents, a small key, and a convincing fake sun. If you live on Bowen softboxes and all-day battery, this isn't your system. Early verdicts, it's small, it's fast, it's genuinely useful, with a few quirks I'll spell out. Right, this isn't a sponsored video. I bought the RS60R Lite kit and the DL5 Lite myself with my own money, so there's no sponsorship, no affiliate links, no script approval. My plan going forward is I'll likely add one or two more lights. It's probably going to be the bicolor version for extra white light punch. So yeah, today is going to be real world use and not spec sheet karaoke. When you get the 2 Lite kit, it includes 2 RS60R heads, batteries, AC power, the lens reflector, the SZ-L2 zoom lens, the SD15 diffusion dome, a compact softbox, mounts, and a case. I added the DL5 Lite separately. Not included though is the E27 Edison socket adapter. I'm quite annoyed about that. We'll talk more about that later. Also available in the ecosystem, a hard shell parallel beam reflector and projector attachments with swappable lenses. Right, as you can see, without the accessories, the head is very tiny. It's about palm size. It lives happily on tiny stands or a shelf clamp. They're light enough for you to hang it. I very often hang it off a magic arm. The bracket is basic but holds position fine with the included accessories and modifiers. It even holds a 85 umbrella. It has active cooling and at sane distances, the fan noise isn't a problem. On-body controls, but they're tiny and tightly spaced. You can run them on the light, but you'll be happier in the app. You can pair it through NFC, which is really quick and neat. You sit down, change levels like a civilized person. Yes, the app asks for a login. Why do I need an account to dim a lamp which is 2 meters away? I just don't understand why this is necessary. So I stay logged in on my phone and I just move on. Now, the mount. This bit right here is proprietary, and it does annoy me a bit. Godox could have gone mini Bowens and saved everyone adapters and lock-in and opened the system up to a lot of modifiers out there. The philosophy here is clear though. Small modifiers, small optics, fast swaps, minimal rigging. If your reflex is Bowen softbox and everything, treat these as accents and beam tools. Keep a Bowen's head for your key like I do. Now, a bit on the DL5, it slides over the SZ-L2 zoom lens. So if you're buying one, you need to make sure you have the zoom lens, which isn't included in the single unit packs. So right, the zoom lens first, the DL5 second. Now, your aim really matters because it reduces your light to a 5-degree angle. If you aim it straight, it's quite surgical. It's going to give you rewards. If you don't aim it properly, it's going to just be interpretive art. The softbox that was included in my kit somehow doesn't lock. And I don't believe that it's the same across the range, across every single softbox that they produce. It might be mine, so I might be talking to Godox about it. Mine holds just by friction and hope, so I keep the tilt modest. Now on its own, the light isn't very bright, but these modifiers, these optics, they improve the light. They add more punch. This thing will turn your little cube into a proper rim light. The SZ-L2 zoom tightens the beam even further. I can paint a thin highlight along a logo without washing the entire set. And the DL5 Lite on top of the zoom gets you a very narrow Fresnel style shaft. Looks like a miniature sun. Hard pulls on the wall, slices through cutters, window at 4 p.m. shadows without building a lighting department. Optional tools exist if you want to push further. A hard shell reflector that gives you parallel light, and a projection unit with swappable lens if you're into that sort of like fake window gobo look. So between all the accessories that comes with the kit, the reflector especially, and the DL5 itself, I just have everything, so I did not buy the reflector. So let me show you how I use it. Now let's talk about how the light performs. With this reflector or lens, if you will, the head makes a crisp rim at sensible power. Through the tiny softbox at arm's length, it's a workable quick key to camera bits. For longer interviews where I want soft and generous, I bring a bigger light. Color behaves predictably next to my larger Godox heads. Once I set white balance properly, I'm not chasing tint between takes. RGB lives at low intensity on the background. Subtle separation looks more expensive than a full-on nightclub. And these do subtle well. Dimming is smooth on camera, no stepping I can see, no flicker gremlins at normal shutter speeds and frame rates. The fan exists. Keep it off the mic axis and you forget it's there. It's relatively quiet, acceptably so. Battery is the limiter though. At full power, it's going to just last you roughly around 45 seconds and not really the 1 hour and 10 minutes that is shown on the display. It's really a sprint, not a marathon. So for longer sessions, I keep my large USB-C power delivery power bank ready or use the AC system. Plug it into a wall and don't worry about power. You can gaffer tape the cable down on the stand, call it cable management instead of denial. So you're seeing one RS60R on the desk. I've been talking about a 2-light kit. My second light is already running in the background. I put the background RS60R at low HSI on the wall and use the desk unit with a reflector as a cool rim. Clean edge, zero faff. For product B-roll, I slot the zoom lens on the desk light to make a narrow highlight. Dome on the background light as a polite on-axis fill. When I spin the table around 5-minute resets, repeatable angles. Editor, happy. Now the most important thing for me right now is the DL5 actually. I aim the DL5 Lite into a cheap mirror and I tape the mirror, creating window panes on the mirror. That's why you see the lines on my background. I tilt the mirror to aim the window at the wall. Closer mirror, smaller shadow. Further mirror, bigger window. I have my light placed about 5 meters away from the mirror so you have a lot of power. You can feather the angle to soften the edges. If you want to, you can add haze to see the beam. 2 minutes to rig, reads beautifully on camera. The E27 adapter isn't in the box. It's really fun when you actually can screw in this to normal lighting fixtures to use as practical. So yeah, it's like buying a tripod and finding out it doesn't come with the quick release plate. It's quite annoying. You will need to buy them if you're going to use these lights like that. Right, price-wise, it's really tricky because of the current geological situation, the current economy where prices move around depending on where you are. But the pattern is stable. If you mostly live in white light, the RS60BI, the bicolor version, usually gives you more punch per head and simpler control. If you want color accents, the RS60R earns its place. The RS60BI is also cheaper than this thing. If you need deeper integration, cleaner DMX behavior, and studio protocols, the MS60, the grown-up version, is the one that you should go for. The DL5 Lite is a small money, big impact add-on that changes what the light can do in seconds, literally. That parallel beam reflector and those projector attachments are creative multipliers you can add on later. Right, so how do I slot them in my small studio? Bicolor models for keys and fills because white light output matters here. RGB models for background color and tinted rims because convenience matters there. If you're wiring into consoles or need robust wireless, start with the MS60 family. My plan is simple. Keep the RS60R pad for color, rims, and optical tricks with the zoom and DL5 and whatever accessories they give me, and then add 1 or 2 RS60BI so I can run brighter keys without changing the footprint. So, who is this light for? Buy this setup if you want pocketable lights that set up in minutes. Throw clean rims, paint tidy pools, and do precise product highlights without building a lighting department. Skip it if you want Bowens on everything. Multi-hour battery-only operation at high output or broadcast grade control out of the box. In that case, pick a Bowens key for your main light. Look at the MS60 for control. Let these RS heads handle color and sparkle. The RS60R 2-pack plus DL5 Lite earns its place because it's fast, consistent, and surprisingly capable once you lean into the optics. Now, you need to accept the quirks though. It has short battery life, it has tiny controls, a proprietary mount that really should have been mini Bowens. Invest in a power bank, a large one, or use AC on longer shoots. Use the app. Do not even bother with these tiny controls. I'll add 1 or 2 RSBI next for brighter white light keys and keep this pad doing the fun work with the zoom and the DL5. So yeah, really love these. Well done, Godox.